And we are back. This time starting in the cockpit.
Retrofits are always a pain in the ass.
Cockpit.
Hey, Commander. It's, pretty crazy the people you can run into out here, huh? I mean, it was probably a setup or something, but it was still good to see Ash. Operations Chief Williams, wasn't it?
We talked, but things have changed. We let it go.
Oh, good, because I was not looking forward to your mood if that went bad. There's a reason I don't date crew, Commander.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Shh.
Joker?
I can tell when it's listening.
I am always listening, Mr. Moreau.
I know!
I love Joker's commentary. I should record it more often.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Anywho, we have got people to talk to. We'll go talk to Jacob first. Then we'll go to Ilium. No, we'll talk to Miranda, then we'll go to Ilium. And recruit the assassin and just the car.
Commander, sorry I'm a little unfocused. Personal matter. It won't
The yeoman said you wanted to see me.
As
What's
I
this
said,
about?
it's a personal matter. My private log got an update about the Hugo Gernsback, the ship my father served on. Shepard, that ship went missing 10 years ago. I hadn't talked to my father for 3 years before that. I've buried everything but a body. I'm not convinced it isn't just some automated distress signal ticking over. It's been too long.
I'd think you'd be more excited that your father
He wasn't
went.
around enough for me to have bad memories. It's an old, well-healed wound. But I also want to note that it's not normal procedure for distress calls to be routed to the Normandy. This was passed to my personal log through Cerberus filters.
Any signs that this was a
I
Cerberus?
doubt the elusive man would let a direct operation stake hold this long. If there's a link, it's probably just about money. Cerberus needs diverse holdings to fund projects like, well, you. And whoever sent this my way covered their tracks. Someone could be fishing for favors, or thought it would get under my skin. Who knows with that bunch?
You didn't get along with your father?
He made no apologies, I'll give him that. You make a mistake, you own up to it. Whatever problems we had were a lifetime ago. I've had 10 years
Tell me about the Hugo Gernsback.
privately held frigate. I looked over the mission brief when it disappeared. Nothing stood out. Typical research and grab operation. Find an uncharted planet, stake a claim, and establish as large a presence as you can as fast as possible to shut out competitors.
I think we can spare the time.
I appreciate that, Commander.
Okay. Let's move down to the first, second, third victory. Talk to Miranda. Oh. I don't normally talk that loud. So the sound was like you get when you blow into a mic. I can hear it. First, there's one thing.
Rupert, there's something different with tonight's meal. Seems like you put in more food and less ass.
Yeah, keep talking.
I wonder what happened to the gardener after this. Yes, guys. Face is now clean as a whistle.
Commander, I very much brandy goes straight to my head.
It's nice to see you let your
Guess
hair...
I hadn't realized that I didn't give you much of a chance to vent.
Everyone's depending on us.
Well, promise me we'll share a bottle every year. The next one is on me.
Chop Ross. I've heard their names somewhere else before. Don't know where though.
Shepard, I don't like discussing personal matters. You remember what I told... There was another reason I went to... She's living a normal life on Ilium.
So you
Safe.
think your father is tracked you down?
Precisely, Commander. I've tried to keep her hidden without... He's too close. I need
What
to
do you
leave.
know about your
She's
sister?
my genetic... But she deserves a normal life, and she's going to get it They know. I told Cerberus, and they're coming up with a positive reason to move the family.
What do you need me to do?
My father is extremely persistent. I'd like to go to Ilium when my contact's name is Lente.
Yep. Already wasted 5 minutes. Nobody in there, nobody in there. Already did that one. Oh, let's quickly talk to Garrus. See if he's got a special mission for us. Then we'll go down to the next level and talk to what's her face. Jack, subject 0.
Shepard.
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'll be here if you need me.
I guess I have to wait for Garrus to leave a note with Chambers. You know how characters' faces change? In between this game and the next one. Chambers just happened to be one of them. She goes from a unique face to what I would call a generic one. What was it gonna be? All is huge. All is huge. Oh, let's do Jacob though. Might have time for that. Yeah, to do Miranda's we have to go to Ilium. Oh, Jacob. Oh, I got something special for Recruit Tali. If you switch your... Oh, there's a weapon, the Death Plasma Rifle, I think it is, that you can get if you finish the game on, or if you do that entire mission on the highest difficulty. The good thing about that is that you can actually change it before you start the mission and change it back after. You get the weapon at the end and it's all sweet.
Anomaly detected. Launching probe.
General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback.
Probe
Registration BW4.
Something on our sensors. Launching probe.
I should have really stopped doing this. I kind of need material.
Probe launched.
Well, that's it, material. That's the word I was looking for all those times.
Probe launched.
Oh, wow, this won't take too long.
Launching probe. Launching probe.
See it moving so fast? That is because the power.
Probe launched.
You're one of those upgrades you can get in the game. You get from talking
Launching
to
probe.
crew members. One of them is increases the sensitivity of this, but it was poorly implemented. Increases
Probe away.
All you have to do is increase the mouse sensitivity. And then boom.
Launching probe.
And we can land now. Ah, this shouldn't take me no more than 20 minutes. If my memory about this mission serves me correctly. You know, I've got a few games I should sell. A few Xbox games. Xbox games, a few PC games. Oh, you can have the health. Normally I'll make them have the, what's it called? I gotta always change it later.
I have run a scan of the ship. I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
Just stick it on the deck.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years. Looks like it was stripped after the crash. They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
Along with this anymore. We've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
What was her name? Sarah? Suzanne? My God, I can't remember. I can't remember her face. We need to get out. So I can remember. Can think straight. They have to hurry.
Luxury of due process, but this isn't a military ship. Just bumping the command line up a notch doesn't work. Captain Fairchild knew this crew. His replacement doesn't command the same level of respect. I'm hoping the man has it in him.
Repeat, toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Override. Beacon resumed. Pause time 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours.
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by Acting Captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
Who's in command of this ship? Where are the survivors?
Captain Harris Fairchild reported killed following unscheduled suborbital descent. First Officer Ronald Taylor promoted in-field to acting captain.
But where is he now?
The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo Gernsback is unknown. This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
I assume unsafe deceleration refers to the crash. Give me the details.
Following an unspecified impact and sublight drive failure, the Hugo Gernsback made an unscheduled descent at 465% of theoretical recommended suborbital velocity. The Hugo Gernsback then decelerated at 782% of theoretical recommended approach velocity, sustaining significant damage to investment and crew.
Why are you comparing the crash to theoretical speeds?
The Hugo Gernsback was constructed off-world. It is not rated for suborbital descent, and doing so exceeded operational parameters.
Local food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative, but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
Why wasn't the beacon activated before now?
This emergency beacon became functional after 358 days, 12 hours, following the unscheduled suborbital descent of the Hugo Gernsback. Activation was triggered remotely after 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours, on the authority of Acting Captain Ronald Taylor. Pause in beacon protocol is recorded as record deleted.
Come on, let's get going.
My father had a working beacon, but didn't signal for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
Avoiding it for a decade seems unlikely.
You know what? Try around. 2. I need 1 more to get up to this one. I need 9. 9 just to get up to here. Is the max level 20 or 30? I don't actually remember. Which is...
You came? From the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
What are you talking about? You're not making sense.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve, so... He exiled them. So they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will come.
Watch out!
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
They see you...
I'm taking fire!
Oh. Death number 3. First 2 of my arrogance, this one was unexpected. Wait a second. Oh, good.
Nice. On target.
Enemy down!
Mother, huh?
That wasn't neural decay. They were feral.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong.
them, but there are more every day. They want to fight, but I just want to go home.
She's lost it. We need to find someone who can make sense of this. Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure. Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
They're clearly docile, but in the same uniform remnants as those who attacked us.
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently. Makes males get violent?
Possibly. But the woman on the beach said the exiled ones came back as hunters.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
Not the best reaction to the family resemblance, Jacob.
Why would my father force his crew to eat toxic food? Whatever's happening here needs to stop. Look at these spoiled food stores. They've been eating only that toxic local food for who knows how long. Like that wasn't obvious enough.
The hunters will kill you. They fight because he exiled them and waited too long.
Your captain demands obedience. Weapons are forbidden.
Charge him up!
Your captain demands obedience. Weapons are forbidden.
Patrols like that are a little much against this bunch.
Well, that would make them hate him. But maybe it was just for defense.
Ah, there we go. That is what I was looking for. Anything else I can scavenge?
Please, here. You have his face. But you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read. But this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
He wasn't command material and it got to him. Couldn't keep the crew in line without violence.
It didn't stop there. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers, like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Anything in there about whether the effects of the toxic food can be treated?
Nothing. But it seems like the right call. If everyone gets it, who's left to fix the beacon? You'd never get out. But they did fix it. And the signal wasn't sent until now.
Does it say why he separated the men and the women?
No, it turns to gibberish. Maybe the men got violent, or what he allowed here, Shepard. I don't see any
We haven't seen any other officers.
There were 5 after the crash. Medical, engineering, bridge staff. Should have had no problem fixing them. All killed within the same week. About a month after the beacon was repaired.
Do you see an explanation
Is
for
he?
this?
I need to find this man.
Okay.
is Captain Ronald Taylor. Thank God you're here. My crew went insane. Only...
The old corpse has been posed, like a warning. The new ones were left where they fell.
The hunters started fighting back.
Systems overload attack detected.
He had plenty of choice.
Dave, number 4. Wonder if they got shotguns. So much for getting through the whole game without dying.
The old corpse has been posed, like a warning.
The hunters started fighting back.
Activity. Allied forces have considered your aggressive hostile forces have engaged.
I automated my detectors after the crew turned violent. They keep attacking. I had no choice.
He had plenty of choices. A little late to blame his victims.
Rerouting power. Off. System failing. Unit member offline. Hostile forces have engaged.
Get over here. Drop you. Stun him.
Allied forces
Have a nice trip. Incoming.
hostile forces have engaged. Backup unit member offline.
This should come in handy.
Here we go! Firing now.
I had to keep them busy, distracted, but it's getting dangerous. Thank God you've come.
He had his fun, and now he wants out. Son of a bitch.
Requesting assistance. Allied force casualty. Allied force casualty.
It took years to train my guards. I'm afraid you'll have to fight them to rescue me.
Throwing people away. This thing is not my father.
Enemy!
Lost shield.
Have a nice trip.
Here goes.
Enough with toys. I need to look my father in the eye here and justify this.
In a moment.
You're here. I knew a real squad would blow through just fine. I'll get you something nice when we get back to
What about your crew acting?
Total loss. The toxic food turned... You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I believe you're acquainted with Mr. Taylor.
Taylor? Jacob? No. Not Jacob.
Why not me? Would 10 years of this look better to anyone else in the galaxy?
You have to understand. This isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
I'm not unreasonable, Captain, but 10 years? What happened?
God damn it! Why did you do this to your crew?
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
What happened to the other officers?
Anders found his conscience a little late to step back. He had an accident. Things got tense. End of the day, I was the one with the mechs. I got a little basic in setting examples. But I was kind to my people once things settled down. Seemed like I'd earned some peace.
You fought over people like they were toys. Things.
The stores from the ship couldn't last forever. You had to know this would end
Dining
one
for one can really stretch things out. Besides, I can think of a lot worse retirement plans than stripping down and That was before the hunters, of course. Dumb or not, I'd feel it if they got their hands on me now. They want blood. I'd prefer to keep it.
It's all about you. Everything.
You didn't feel any responsibility?
I gave him a good start. He was a... And after things escalated here...
Till you needed someone to save your ass.
What triggered the males to change and threaten?
This planet has some strange cycles to it. I've seen some plants around I never saw before.
And if you treat them like animals, big shock. They become animals.
We can help these people. Cerberus can have ships here in days.
He's not worth the fuel to haul him out or the air he's breathing. He's damn lucky I don't think he's even worth pulling the trigger. I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
We'll secure him for an alliance court. For every year here, he'll have 10 to think about it.
Give him all the time in the galaxy. The man who did this doesn't know right from wrong.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I did the best I could.
I'm 10 years past believing that.
Any credits? 30,000. Fantastic. I really don't want to make the episodes 40 minutes, because those take 1, too long to render, 2, too long to upload. That's why I prefer 20 or so minute long episodes.
Alliance ships are inbound to secure Captain Taylor and his crew.
Don't even give me
that.
a tip.
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
Nothing goes through this ship, my ship, without a report to you.
I had no more reason to believe Jacob's father was alive than he did. But I'm happy to know the situation is behind you.
Fine. You didn't forward it. So
I
who
did.
Figures. Who else could
It
get
was
into
hardly
Cerberus?
classified. There was a time when it mattered to you.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol.
You good with this,
It's all
Jacob?
bullshit. I guess he was a good enough father that even he can't screw up what he taught me.
You had no idea Miranda was behind
No,
it?
she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know.
Come on. We've got
Commander.
work.
Shepard. Thanks for the help.
Anytime, Jacob.
I'm ending the video here. How much fancy. Take this in the next one. Bye bye now.